So we're going to look at the gate controls on the audio of the Atem Mini Pro. So if you go to the tab at the bottom, select audio. The audio feed comes in on mic 1, and so you've got your gain coming in there, and then you have this next section here, which is your equalizer. If you click on that, you can adjust the low cut filter or put a dip in a certain part of the audio. You've also got, if you close that, you've also got the dynamics here, which if you are looking to cut out some background noise, then you can use a gate to do that. Now I've used these settings here, so you've got your threshold to -45, your range at 43, ratio at 1:1, the attack down at 0.5, your hold at 260, and your release at 1029. This means that although we're getting this level of noise in, the level of noise out here is very low, and that's because this gate here is being put on. So I'll show you how I use those settings and to move it. So the threshold, we use the threshold to start with. If the range is set to about halfway, use the threshold to move it along. So you're moving this blue line here until, so I'll move it from the left hand side over until you start to see this gate control here light up blue. So we're seeing there just as I'm bringing that in, and then that means that with no microphones live on the system, it's actually muting the input down by about 30 dB, and so you can see here that the output is at 0. You can adjust that back a little bit, and if you change the ratio of how much that brings that back, then that's how quickly it puts that full mute on, or whether it starts to sort of generally fade it. So the reason we've got it set to about 44 here is that when you've got your threshold set here, if you have a little bit of background noise, it will keep it still ticking along on the output. It won't be a complete mute. The attack and the hold and the release are to do with how quickly it attacks, how long after the noise has gone above the marker that it holds it open, holds that gate open, and the release is how long it takes for that release to fade down and fade to mute. Also, you've got here a slider, which is similar to a normal mixer, so you can slide that up and down, and that is depending on how much gain is going into the mixer. You've also got a left-right pan, but that wants to stay the same. On the right hand side here, you've got your master slider. Again, that wants to stay as the default there. You have got an overall input here for equalization and dynamics again, but if you do it on the input, then that means that it won't affect any of your other inputs if you're going to go directly in with a HDMI audio feed.